Orang Laut, also known as the Sea People, were the first inhabitants of Singapore who lived across the Singapore Southern Islands. Let's delve deeper into Pulau Brani specifically, meaning the Isle of the Brave, and they were once home to Singapore's Orang Laut. The island now is dominated by PSA Corporation's container terminal and port facilities. In the late 1800s, stilt houses were scattered all across the island, but sadly, most of the residents had to relocate to Teluk Blangah and Bukit Merah in the late 1970s due to ongoing government projects. I'm Sarah, a third-generation Orang Laut, and I have always been curious and fascinated by my culture and heritage. So growing up, my grandmother has always shared with me her fond memories living at Pulau Brani. And when I asked around my Malay friends specifically, it's pretty much uncommon, so it got me thinking, is this a forgotten heritage in Singapore? I interviewed my grandmother, Madam Sadia binti Jaafar, to find out how she has kept her remnants of Orang Laut culture through food and her daily life.
Ini cantik lah, dia macam dia nampak macam fresh gitu. Dia fresh macam dia punya skin dia, kulit dia macam jernih gitu.
Thanks. Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Nama saya Sadia binti Jaafar. Umur nenek 71 tahun. Nenek duduk di Pulau Brani tu daripada zaman kanak-kanak hingga nenek remaja lah. Jadi bila nenek dah berumah tangga, nenek balik duduk di kira macam bandar lah di Singapura tu kan. Di Bukit Merah View tu kan. Bila nenek kenangkan zaman nenek lagi, nenek sukalah, tak boleh lupakan lah zaman kegemilangan nenek di pulau tu lah. Masa nenek remaja tu kan, nenek bergaul, nanti kalau ada perkahwinan, nanti nenek tolong menolong lah. Lepas nenek dah habis sekolah tu, nenek belajar menjahit, nenek belajar memasak. Makanannya semua yang fresh lah, ikan yang baru dapat kan. Ikan yang baru dapat, nanti kalau ikan-ikan yang baru orang balik dari mancing, kita dapat ikan tu, kita masakkan lauk asam pedas.
Itu semua benda berapa lama ni nak hancurkan dia punya ni, bahan-bahan dia semua?
Itu makan masa macam ginilah, direndam, dihiris-hiris semua, bahan-bahan diatur dulu. Belakang dalam masa, tengok banyak dan sikit kan, paling-paling setengah jam lah. Disertakan dengan garam.
Nak hilangkan bau hamis kan?
Hilangkan, menghindari daripada bau, terasa bau hanyi sangat.
So she puts the ink duck. She takes out the ink duck so that the dish, the sotong hitam dish, can actually cook in its own black ink. Okay. Sedap. But I feel like the family cooks it too much to the point where I get jelak by it. But overall, it's because she puts in like fresh ingredients, like fresh chili she blends, kunyit, daun kesum, so it makes it very fragrant. Yeah.
Kebebasan tu macam duduk di pulau tu macam, yalah, pada hari-hari berikutnya yang nenek berada di pulau tu, kadang-kadang kita pergi memancing, cari pergi ke tepi pantai, cari bahan macam makanan, siput-siput gitu. Di Singapura tu dia dah jadi masuk alam rumah tangga kan. Itu dah semestinya sedih lah, sebab pada nenek, kampung tu lah, tempat nenek membesar tu lah tempat yang menjadi kebahagiaan lah. Jadi nenek harus mendidik anak-anak cucu nenek untuk mempelajari dari segi masakan, dari segi macam berkomunikasi, bersilaturahim dengan saudara ke family, semua mendekatkan diri, mencari. Kita harus ceritakan, kita harus membagi pada anak cucu kita lah, yang menyambung nanti generasi kita.
Discovering our roots can actually be a revelation, and it actually makes us closer within the community. So during lunch, I was asking around if my Malay friends specifically, if they actually heard of the Orang Laut culture. And one of my close friends mentioned that, oh, my dad is actually from Pulau Brani. Then I'm like, the community there is pretty small, so probably they'd just be neighbours at most. But when I got home on the same day, she actually texted me, Sarah, I'm your aunt. Then I'm like, how are you my aunt? I'm 2 years older than you. But turns out that her dad and my grandmother are first cousin, so that makes her and my mum second cousin, and I'm her niece. Yeah, so that itself was very surprising, but at the same time fulfilling, because no matter how like our culture get lost through times, we are still connected one way or another.
Honestly, one of my biggest fears was finding out that maybe potentially someone I was dating was related to me. But I'm glad it's not someone I'm dating, it's just Sarah. So that was a very pleasant surprise to find out that one of your close friends is related to you, which is like, wow, we're tied not just by choice, but also by blood. Hi, my name is Ainul. I'm currently studying DCIM in SIT, and I'm 21 this year, and I'm half Javanese and half Orang Laut. Ever since I graduated from poly, I've been trying to get more in touch with my culture and my heritage. So to get in touch with my Malay side or my Javanese side, I would join more of Malay events or even the Malay Cultural Society in my school. But I'm also trying to learn more about my dad's side, which is the Orang Laut. And recently I went to the event called Panggilan Anak Pulau, which is organised by a local Orang Laut organisation to bring more awareness to Orang Laut as a community. My dad moved from Pulau Brani to Teluk Blangah in the 70s, and it was quite a big family. He had around 7 or 8 siblings around that time, and you can imagine how tight the squeeze was for 7, 8, 9 members of a family to sit in one 3-room flat. And this was a big change from their kampung, which was more airy, more space for them. Their stuff also from the Pulau Brani they had to throw away and get rid of because they couldn't bring everything into that small flat. They could barely fit the people, what more the things. I think Singapore, like the organizations, can help to build up the awareness around the Orang Laut people and show more of their history in things like museum exhibitions or special exhibitions to let people know more about the history and the culture and heritage of the Orang Laut. Culture in general is we are all slowly losing it, considering how fast-paced we live in this modern society. So I feel like it's very important that we all try to stay in touch with our culture and heritage, because there is a lot that is being lost, but there can also be more that we do to remember and to uphold and keep this culture and roots close to us, because every culture is very unique, and if we as descendants don't uphold it, it will just slowly lose itself as time passes.